Welcome back to Poogers. So for the start here, gotta do some climbing on the crates, grab the SSG, align yourself a little, SO50 to this other crate, do some more parkour on the crates, and grab yourself a secret mega armor, which is pretty much necessary for the first fight here. So you're greeted by 5 archviles, and this is a really cool opening. You'll see. So kill the lost soul to force them all to wake up. Then just wait for the lift for a minute. They're stuck there until you cross a line def right around here. Grab the rocket launcher, wake up some more revs, grab the rest of the rockets, go and grab the backpack, go forward to grab just a few more rockets, and spam away. So this is honestly probably the hardest part of the map, but actually if you use my strat, it gets fairly consistent. Like before I used this strat, I was so bad at this fight. My consistency was like 1 in 20. Once I started using my new strat, it became like 1 in 2. It's crazy. So you just want to spam rockets, of course, target those archviles, because if they get too close to you, you'll have no cover, and it's just a pain. But if lost souls get towards you, you'd want to rocket them first, because they absolutely adore getting in your face and making you eat rockets. And then, just run around. This is the big change that I made to my strat. Just run around to the back, and then fire some more rockets from this hallway over here. There's a little blip there. You can see me spamming rockets into it. That is really annoying, and it makes your rockets get eaten, so I wasted a ton, and of course I ran out. So I had to just get in his face with SSG. Thankfully he was a one-shot. Now, before you rocket down the rest of the snipers, you want to kill all the flying enemies, any remaining ground enemies, you know the deal. And I'm killing them with SSG because I don't want to risk rockets. I don't want to risk face rockets. So SSG it is. And while I do this, I want to say this map has some of the coolest gimmicks I have ever seen in a map, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, stick around. Like this one, you can see the pillars going up and down with the health. So some medkits are available, some aren't. You can also use those pillars as cover for the archviles, but with my strat, you can just hide behind the lifts leading up to the imps. Once all the enemies are dead, all the flying enemies, just once you're done cleaning up, you gotta clean up the snipers. The revs are actually still pretty dangerous because, of course, 80 damage, and you may not have any armor remaining, so you're definitely a little squishy. And of course, with no armor, revenants can just destroy you, so they are pretty threatening. Sorry for coughing. And I ran out of rockets again. There are a few if you ride the lift here. We're gonna grab our second secret. The Hell Knights always pretty much hit each other, so you don't really have to worry about their fireballs. You can grab yourself a mega armor, some ammo, some medkits, good stuff. And with these rockets, I'm gonna finish off the imps because they are blocking progression. Rockets are like surprisingly tight for this first part. Not really for the rest of the map, but only really this first part. So hit the switch there. Make sure you like don't fall off. I don't even know what I did there, but I was a bit of an idiot there. Hit the second switch, and then run back into the your safety hallway. It's not actually a safety hallway. Archviles can still zap you, rev missiles can still get in, but you got cover, it's just a safe area. Much better than, you know, the big open area that is that room with all the pillars. Yeah, just keep spamming rockets. Like 4 or 5 archviles get released from the doors in the front. A bunch of pinkies as well. And also a bunch of chain gunners. But the chain gunners are a non-issue. They will pretty much always infight each other. But yeah, the Archviles resurrecting all the stuff is kind of annoying, but you got plenty of rockets from here on out, so don't really worry about it. And make sure you're hugging the left wall, because sometimes if you rocket from around the corner there, you can actually just face rocket, which is not ideal. And Hell Knight managed to snipe me, so I just went back and grabbed a medkit. I want 100 health before entering the next area. And here we go, next area, the lift area. So, a bunch of sniper imps, few Hell Knights on the floor. I like to hit each of the Hell Knights once before finishing them off, so they don't infight with any imps, because they can actually block your circle strafe if they do infight with imps. It's not a huge deal, but I don't know, I was just playing really carefully in this demo, so yeah. And I'm saving a few rockets, so I'm just SSGing the imps. Could use chain gun if you want to, up to you. This lift area is actually pretty cool, you'll see. So hitting that switch brings you to another switch, which lowers another lift. And riding up this lift brings you to another switch, which lowers another lift. And riding up this lift brings you to another switch. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, ride up that lift, ride up that lift. It's a bit of a timing thing. This one you gotta wait 5 seconds for. And at 4, I messed up the timing, so I had to redo it. This is what I mean by the demo is pretty sloppy, but it's not a big deal. It's a first exit after all. 1, 2, 3. Messed up the timing again. Some of these lifts are just completely unnecessary, but it's whatever. They have fairly short wait times. 1, 2, 3. And then for this orange lift, 1, 2, 3, 4. On 4, go, and 5. On 4, you pretty much just avoid the cyber. He can really scam you. And then you gotta be fast here to catch the big lift. And then an Archvile. There are 2 paths you can take from the beginning area. This is one of them, obviously. This is the blue key path. You need the blue and red key to exit. I don't know where I'm going with this. Few chain gunners, I give them 2 rockets each, then just finish them off with chain gun if any survive. And this Archvile here, I keep him alive. You'll see why in a minute. Once you teleport back, some a Mancubus and a bunch of perched revs greet you, and a bunch of ammo are spit out of the sewers there. And then also a bunch of chain gunners and Hell Knights, which I just SSG down. The revs can actually scam you pretty hard. Of course, 80 damage. I don't know, sometimes even if you're just circling around, I feel like sometimes they can just hit you no matter what. It's weird, but I mean, it's not a big deal. We have a lot of medkits left anyways. Like in the chain gunner closet, there are 2 medkits, and at the very top, when you ride the orange lift, you get another medkit up there. And once again, saving some rockets. I did say rockets were pretty plentiful, but I'm not sure why. I just decided to save some. Then you gotta do the entire switch sequence again. That switch right there lets you exit the area. Now that the cyber's gone, you don't actually have to do the timing for this orange lift. But watch this. Lower the big lift. Archviles on the big lift and do an Archvile jump. You can tell that the wall is fake because it has a blue symbol on it while the rest have white symbols. So yeah, just want to point that out. And it gives you a Megasphere and a Plasma. And now we gotta finish off that Archvile. And of course, man had to survive 4 rockets just to make me wait for the lift again. I'm not actually sure if he can resurrect the chain gunners up there, but that's actually something to consider. I don't know. I didn't do any testing. Plus, obviously, this is a max demo. I got all kills, so it's whatever. Alright, second path. Grab all the rockets, hit the switch to start a little platforming sequence, and then I actually run back and finish off this side of the Hell Knights. Why this side specifically, you will see in a minute. And again, finishing that last guy off with SSG. Just want to save some rockets. So that wall is lowerable there, and it gives you a secret Megasphere and a secret invulnerability, which I use here. I just run into the damaging floor because a bunch of Cacodemons are released here. So what you're supposed to do is you see the platforms constantly lowering and raising. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to ride them and kill the enemies as you go. Which, that's a lot of Cacodemons to handle for just while you're, like on a time, I don't know, would you call this a timer? I would call this a timer, while you're on a timer. Because you're supposed to follow this as you go. The intended strat is to not fall, but I guess you can fall. It is 20 damaging floor down there, so it is pretty dangerous. And then some Barons pop up, just use the rest of your rockets. This is the main reason why I saved some rockets, but again, not a huge deal. You have Plasma, just push around them, and yeah. But yeah, killing that many Cacodemons while you're moving forward on the platforms was insane for me, and I had a really low success rate there, so I just decided to use the invuln there. Now here I'm waiting for the platforms for a cycle. And I want to backtrack a little for a secret. So of course, ride the platforms. This is such a cool gimmick. Going in this little area here gives you a secret Megasphere. It's really not obvious. There is no Megasphere there. You just have to know to go there. I'm not sure. It does show on the auto map though, so not a huge deal. It's not anti-blind at all. Now for this one, the platforms raise much faster. Tried to hit that switch behind me that shows some progression, but sadly I couldn't, so had to do a second loop. Bit of time loss, no big deal. And there's some platforms there that lead to just a wall. Nope, it's a fake wall. And get ready for the best secret you've ever seen. It's a big toilet. Because this map is a shitpost. Well, actually, no. Vortale forgot to shitpost. It gives you a yellow key, which will come in handy later. Don't forget to wipe. And now we can move on. So I wait another cycle here, because waiting at the right moment makes it so you don't take any damage from the floor down below. Now for this part here, kill some imps, then target those Arachnotrons. The Arachnotrons are super mean, probably your biggest enemy in basically this entire wing. There were some Arachnotrons in the previous room as well. And they can just really, really dish out damage, and you don't really have much room to dodge them either, so yeah, they're probably the most threatening enemy in this room. And you want to take care of those Imps and Hell Knights quickly, because obviously, small Caco wave. all of this while you're trying to keep up with the platforms. It's such a cool concept. It's pretty hard the first time through, but with practice, you get so much better at it. Like, by the time I got to this point, like, I don't know, I spent around 300 attempts maxing this, but around 300 of those were like 275. I don't know. It was 313 attempts exactly, around 25 of which were... How do I explain this? I'm so sorry, my commentary sucks. Just shoot, you gotta shoot some switches to reveal the progression. And pull out plasma here because bit of a tight encounter. How nice and pinkies. So I started attempts for this map pretty much right as Poogers was uploaded to id Games. And I spent like 275 attempts trying to max this. And I did not succeed. The furthest I got was one attempt at the secret area coming up soon. Now this area, you want to pre-fire some rockets towards these Hell Knights. Try and kill them as quick as you can because when you step onto the platform, 2 Archviles, which is really mean. Just kill them as quick as you can. But yeah, like 275 attempts were spent, and then like 25 today when I came back. This was my first day of attempts back. I rocket that wall there because there is a Mancubus that raises up, and you can just kill him early. Now I wait for another cycle with these lifts here, because pressing that switch removes a bunch of chain gunners. You want to take the lifts as you want to take those platforms as soon as you can, because or else you just get pelted with bullets from the chain gunners, obviously. So yeah. These small pillars here are your friend. They're your cover for. They're pretty much your only cover from the chain gunners. Then hit the switch over here. Reveals a small Cacodemon wave, but no big deal. Some of them teleport behind you, but again, no big deal. Oh, and another Mancubus. Its damage is pretty much inevitable because you gotta dodge Cacodemons behind you, but if you have enough health from the other room, because the other room is pretty easy, it should be just smooth sailing. Now waiting for the platforms again, because the other wall opens up with even more chain gunners. Oh, and there's some sniper revs as well. But once again, these pillars are your friend, cover from literally everything. And then just finishing off the chain gunners. Sometimes you accidentally grab the green armor there, which is not ideal, but I was able to save over 100 armor, so there was no risk of that this time around, which is really nice. Now, these stairs here are some lifts with fairly long wait times. Just be patient. On this third lift here, some chain gunners are revealed behind you. Give them one rocket, finish them off with chain gun. And on this fourth one, Revenant jump scare. I back up to the third stair and just rocket him down. And grab yourself the red key. So now I grab the supercharge, though actually you can... Actually, I should unpause because it's just waiting for lifts again. You can grab the secret megasphere if you use my route, but I forgot about it. So I just grabbed the supercharge. Could also use the secret megasphere for the platforming if you want to, but you get a megasphere from the Archvile jump anyway, so it won't be put to real good use. Now here, okay, I gotta explain this. So it may just look like I'm moving really slow, but in this area, my controls are actually reversed. So I'm slowed plus reverse controls. Like to move forward, I am pressing S right now in this demo. To move left, I'm pressing D. To move right, I gotta press A. It does mess with your brain a lot, but with practice, it's fairly easy. And this is probably one of the harder parts of the demo, just these two arachnotrons, because if the back one shoots at you, he can pretty easily knock you off. So yeah, just kill them as quick as you can. 2 pop-up Hell Knights, and you get yourself a BFG here, which you normally wouldn't get in without the secrets. And then a pop-up Cyber while you're slowed and reverse controlled. I've only managed to 2-shot that guy once, but you get plenty of cells, so just spam him. It's whatever. Now, before we go to the next area, I'm pretty sure you can't backtrack. Gotta kill the Sniper Hell Knights. Could kill them whenever you want, really, but I just kill them at the end because in case I need rockets for any of the other areas. Now we got this cool sequence here with the lowering bars. Fall down and prepare for the semi-final fight. So this switch here will lower these elevators here, which will take absolutely forever. BFG spam these imps and go all the way back to their closet. Once you've killed them all the way to the back, you can just start spamming rockets. My original strat was to just push through them with purely rockets, and that's a mistake. It's super scary, though I was fairly consistent at it, but it was too scary to do in the actual demo. I really don't feel like messing it up 20 minutes in, so yeah. And then the rockets, you can just spam down the Barons with them. None of the Barons actually infought with the Cybers while I was BFGing the Imps, so I actually had to run around them and make them infight. And now the lifts are fully lowered. It is possible to one-cycle them if you have like 600 cells left over and you just BFG spam, but that's okay. I'm not bothered to I'm not going for time, just a casual max, of course. And of course finishing off the Cybers with BFG. Now, I gotta wait for these lifts here. We can speed up time a little. Now, when you hit that switch, Vortale told me, literally, like right after I got this demo, when you hit that switch here, look. So, I actually just wait for the elevators in this demo because I didn't know about this before. If you go back to these waterfalls, a teleporter opens up, which takes you all the way up the elevator. And it takes like 40, it takes so long. It takes 45 seconds for it to lower and another 45 seconds for it to go back up. So I'm just going to speed through this. And now it's time for the finale, which is absolutely ridiculously nerve-wracking. I'm not sure how far up I am. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So hit the switch, and the Cyber pushed me back down the elevator. And of course, because I didn't know about the secret, I wait. So we're just going to speed through this. I had to go through this in real time, by the way. Just want to point that out. Okay, I thought we made it to the top, but no. I genuinely had to wait like 3 minutes for these elevators. It's such a waste of time. If you do want to max this map and you want to beat my time, go ahead. It's a super, super fun map. Except for this finale. It is really nerve-wracking. Should be approaching the top pretty soon. I hope. I did not fast forward enough. There we go. So pressing that switch there lowers that central lift, and you gotta dodge on this tiny platform. just go back and forth whenever things are shooting at you. You gotta dodge 4 cybers. If the back ones are shooting at you, then I just wait for the rockets to come fairly close and then dodge. Just move from side to side. But once it's fully lowered, take it. Telefrag all 4 cybers. In practice, I got, never mind. And then BFG down that last zombie man on the teleporter there, and that's it. So, okay, that was map 19. It's such a good map. It's so cool. All the gimmicks are so well done. It's so fun. It's apart from map 29, this is the best map in Poogers in my opinion. So it's the second best. And I do want to apologize. I feel like my commentary was ass. So I do want to apologize for that, but in practice during that finale when I was telefragging the cybers, you know how when they shoot when you telefrag them and they shoot a rocket and they at the exact same tick, you just eat the rocket? That happened to me twice in a row while telefragging those cybers. So yeah, that's cool. Literally tick perfect. I had my fingers crossed that that would not happen in attempts. Thankfully it didn't. It is so unlikely for that to happen. I mean, there was 0 chance of it happening in attempts. This was my second attempt here at the finale, by the way. But yeah, that's map 19. It's obviously not a shitpost. It's a very serious map, apart from the toilet. And yeah, go play this map for yourself. Super fun. Yeah. Thanks everyone. That's it. And especially big thank you to Vortale for making this, because this is genuinely one of the most fun maps I've ever maxed, and I've really enjoyed it. But the finale is super stressful, so screw you for the finale. Just kidding. Love you. So yeah, and again, sorry that my commentary was ass, but I'm just gonna end the video now. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.